and start our recording and we can get started.
Roxana, we're recording.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning. Today is Friday, November the 5th, 2021. This is the meeting of the Private Probation Services Council. We are holding this meeting through WebEx. The website has a link to our meeting for any members of the public that wish to join us. So first, I will properly note that the meeting for November 5th, 2021 for the Private Probation Services Council was posted to the Private Probation Service Council website on November the 1st, 2019. Additionally, this month's agenda was posted also on the website on Thursday, October the 28th. Next, I would like to do roll call vote. So all of our members are muted. If you will unmute yourself, please, as I go through the names, just to assure that we have quorum, and then for the motions as well. Judge Larry Logan.
Present.
Thank you. Judge Alexander. She was unable to join us, so I'll mark her as absent. Judge Brody Kane.
Present.
Judge Gary Starnes.
Present.
Mr. Michael Wright.
Present.
And Ms. Stacy Kelly.
Present.
Thank you. We have quorum. In order to proceed, I will turn it over to our attorney, John Murphy, for the statement of necessity on the record.
Good morning, everyone. This is the regularly scheduled meeting of the Tennessee Private Probation Services Council. Because there is not a physical quorum present, a statement of necessity will be read into the record and filed with the Secretary of State's office. Pursuant to TCA 844-108, if a physical quorum is not present at the location of the meeting of a governing body, in order for a quorum of members to participate by electronic means, the governing body must make a determination that a necessity exists. Furthermore, TCA 844-108A3 defines necessity as a matter to be considered by the governing body at that meeting requiring timely action by the body. The physical presence of a quorum of the members is not practical in the time period required action, and that participation by a quorum of the members by electronic or other means of communication is necessary. This is the regularly scheduled meeting of the Tennessee Private Probation Services Council, and the necessity of this meeting with members attending by teleconference means is to conduct timely matters of the council that must be discussed and decided prior to the next meeting. All votes will be conducted by roll call. That completes the statement of necessity.
Thank you, John. We would need a motion and a second in order to file that statement of necessity, please.
I'll make the motion.
Is that Judge
Second.
Starnes?
Yes, ma'am. Judge Logan,
Thank you.
second.
Thank you, Judge Logan. We have a motion by Judge Starnes and a second by Judge Logan. By roll call vote, Judge Larry Logan.
Aye.
Judge Brody Kane.
Aye.
Judge Gary Starnes.
Aye.
Michael Wright.
Aye.
And Stacy Kelly.
Aye.
Thank you. Next, we have the acceptance of our agenda. I would need a motion and a second to accept the agenda as it was sent out to our council members and as it's posted on the website.
Judge Kane, so moved.
Thank you. Motion by Judge Kane. Do we have a second?
Judge Logan, second.
Thank you. We have a second by Judge Logan. By roll call vote, Judge Larry Logan.
Aye.
Judge Brody Kane.
Aye.
Judge Kane, we were unable to hear you. Thank you.
Aye.
Thank you. Judge Gary Starnes.
Aye.
Michael Wright.
Aye.
And Stacy Kelly.
Aye.
Thank you very much. Next, we have the August 2021 meeting minutes. Those also were sent to the council members to review ahead of time. If there are no changes or corrections to amend, I would need a motion and a second to accept those, and then they will be posted on the council's website.
Judge Starnes will make the motion.
Thank you. Motion by Judge Starnes. Do we have a second?
Stacy Kelly, I accept. Second.
Thank you, Ms. Kelly. By roll call vote, we have a motion by Judge Starnes and a second by Stacy Kelly. Judge Larry Logan.
Aye.
Judge Brody Kane.
Aye.
Judge Gary Starnes.
Aye.
Michael Wright.
Aye.
and Stacy Kelly.
Aye.
Thank you very much. Next, we are going to review the director's report. This is mostly the budget. On the presentation documents I sent everyone, it is on page 7. We have gone ahead and received the closing numbers for fiscal year 2020-2021. The council finished the year with a deficit of $29,029, and the final reserve is at $615,596. The program was not self-sufficient for the last 2 years. And I want to give some additional information to these. As most of you know, that would mean that we will go before a self-sufficiency hearing. Last year, I believe our number was, we had a deficit of 21,349. So to give us a little bit of a recap, we currently have 25 active private probation service companies. In 2016, that number was 38. So that is a big increase, a decrease in number of companies that are licensed by us. Several of them that closed mentioned that it was because the judges in the jurisdiction were taking over those clients. And so that was a big factor. The number of clients that were reported at the last sunset hearing for this program, I took 2 different quarterly reports and averaged the number of clients for the state at 24,000 clients for misdemeanor cases. What I did this week is look at the last 3 quarterly reports. I did February 2021, May report, and then the August report. The average of those 3 quarters gives us 15,000 clients on these misdemeanor cases. Again, for those companies that are handling those clients, this is a huge need. But as we can kind of quickly do the math, that is the reason for our shortage, if you will, and our deficit. Those quarterly reports are based on numbers of clients. It's at 75 cents per client. So that's roughly $6,700 or so that the program is short each quarter. So it brings us down about $27,000 per year. And so I don't have anything huge in the back of my head of what we should do to make up and be self-sufficient at this time. And I don't expect us to have the solution today. I just wanted to be very transparent with the numbers and kind of have us thinking about them. Our renewal fee is annually, as everyone knows, it's $100. But to make the companies be able to cover it with the renewal fee would just be it would be wrong. We would have to increase that fee way too much. So for now, obviously the reserve funds are there and they're covering this, but I foresee us continuing to be in the red or have a deficit each year, given the number of clients that are no longer through these private companies. Any questions you all have, I welcome them. I just want us to start thinking about this and kind of seeing if anybody else has something else that they think would work. Okay, hearing no questions, and of course, you know that I'm always available to you. At our next meeting, we'll probably look at the numbers for this fiscal year, 2021, 2022, and see where we stand. The reserves, of course, is what we also wanted to use for the ethics course, and that leads into my next quick update for the council. That course seems to be going very well. Our companies all receive the information via email, and they have been using that 2-hour ethics course for their officers with this next renewal. The feedback I've gotten so far and the comments have been very positive, and so hopefully you all are hearing some of this as well. And again, that's really there to protect the clients that the companies oversee, and then therefore, of course, the public in general. But I think that that is going very well, and it's money very well spent. Any questions with that piece on the continuing education or anything else before I turn it over to John for the legal report? Okay, hearing nothing else. John Murphy, I will mute myself and let you take over for the legal report.
Thanks so much, Roxana. So we have one case on the legal report. This matter was previously presented to the council at the August meeting. That decision at the time was to request the field investigator to continue until there was an in-person meeting with the respondent. To update, the investigator conducted an in-person interview with the respondent and their attorney on Monday, September 27, 2021. The investigator provided a copy of the anonymous complaint and questioned the respondent on the nature of the complaint. The investigator asked why an anonymous complaint would be filed against her alleging serious violations of the duty as a probation officer. The respondent provided that they had no idea why or who would submit such a complaint, but denied any such offer as alleged in the complaint. The respondent added that they only had one probationer receive a revocation in the last several months, and it was due to a failed drug test, but which the respondent had nothing to do with. The investigator continued to question the respondent on whether lawn care services had been provided to her property. The respondent provided that there had been lawn care services provided, but at the time the services were rendered, the respondent did not know the identity of the company or the individual providing the services. During the interview, the respondent provided copies of a text message exchange between the respondent's spouse and a lawn care company discussing a project to trim hedges and cut brushes. This exchange makes no mention of the respondent. Additionally, the respondent provided a digital receipt for a total project cost of $250 from the same lawn care company dated May 29, 2021. The investigator received an affidavit on Tuesday, September 28, and the affidavit provided that the respondent at no time engaged in the services of any person to provide landscaping or brush removal, and that they had not engaged any probationer to provide services. Further, the respondent states that their spouse had engaged a lawn care company to provide services, as evidenced in the text message exchanges. The respondent further stated that they were neither home when the services were performed, nor did they know the identity of the person providing the services. The recommendation for this case is to close and flag.
And this is Judge Logan. One thing that concerns me about this complaint, I know these would be hard to track down, and you know they happen, but the part where it said the respondent could not meet with the investigator because she had to be in court a week or something like that, it doesn't sound like they're taking us seriously when they have a complaint. I'm venting.
Yeah, yes, Judge. And I believe, you know, it was helpful based on the prior discussion that we had on this case at the August meeting. I believe it was helpful to conduct this interview in person, and I believe the investigator felt the same way. And I believe that was the right decision by the council at the time.
You need a motion, John? This is Judge Logan.
Yes, sir. We would need a motion, a roll call vote to accept the legal report.
All right.
And
Judge Logan, I move that we adopt the recommendation.
I'll second the motion.
With that, Judge Starnes, thank you, Judge Starnes. We have a motion and a second to accept legal's recommendation for the one case that was presented by roll call vote. Judge Larry Logan,
Aye.
Judge Brody Kane, Judge Brody Kane.
I'm sorry, I had it on mute. Aye.
You're good. Thank you, Judge. Judge Gary Starnes,
Aye.
Michael Wright,
Aye.
Stacy Kelly.
Aye.
Thank you. And that pretty much wraps up our agenda for today, except new business. I have no new business, opening it up for everyone on the council. If you have anything that you'd like to discuss at this point, if we don't have anything else or any other questions that have come up, we would welcome a motion to go ahead and adjourn.
Judge Kane, I move to adjourn.
I'll second the motion.
Thank you, Judge Kane, and I believe Judge Starnes is our second. Then we will be adjourning. It's 10:21 a.m. I don't believe we need roll call vote for the adjournment unless John tells me otherwise. Thank you all for being timely and conducting this meeting. We got it done very quickly. If anyone needs anything at all, feel free to always reach either John Murphy or myself, and we'll give you back some of your time. John, are we good to conclude?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
Thank you all. Have a great weekend and holidays.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Take care.